So this is called a relationship. Let me tell you what is this kind of relationship. Let's suppose city A, set A will tell you the name of the, let's suppose city, or the name of the state. Let's suppose UP, okay, MP, okay, let's suppose Maharashtra, okay, let's suppose these are the elements in set A. And in set B, let's suppose the name like Lucknow, okay, okay, and let's suppose Bhopal, Bombay, like that. Okay. Now, what will be the matching that that can be here? Let UP will match with Lucknow, MP match with Bhopal, okay, and Maharashtra will match with Bombay. So that means there is a special kind of relationship between the element of set A and element of set B. So the mapping between two set, that means set A and set B, is called the relationship. Okay. So mapping is simply called the relationship. Okay. Now, let me tell you what is the functions here. Okay. So in context of mathematics, let's suppose this is set A and this is set B, and some numbers are here in set A. Let's suppose 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's suppose some numbers are here. Let's suppose 1, 4, and 9. So let's suppose 1 is matching with 1, 2 is matching with 4, and 3 is matching with 9. So this is a special kind of relationship. Can you figure it out? Which kind of relationship is this? That I am just giving input as a number, and if suppose I am giving 1 as an input, so I am getting 1 as output. I am giving 2 as an input, I am getting 4 as output. I am giving 3 as an input, I am getting 9 as output. That means if you are just giving input, you are just receiving as output the square of the input number. So this set we simply call the output. Okay, and set A simply called the input. Okay, so set A simply called the input and set B simply called the output. So that means this is a special kind of relationship. That means squaring of input will give you the output. So squaring of input will give you the output. So this is a kind of a function. Okay, function means you are just giving input, okay, and you are receiving output with a fixed pattern, okay, with a fixed expression. So basically in mathematics, how functions are expressed. Okay, let me just give you one set as the input, and this time I am giving you what is this kind of a function. So you can tell me the output. Let's suppose this is A means input. Okay, and let's suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, and matching will be like 2 times x plus 3, and this is suppose output. Okay, so this is B, this is output. So x here means input variable. Okay, x here means input variable. So just tell me, if I will give 1 as the input, so what will be output then under this matching? 5. Similarly, if that means 1 will be matched with 5. So what will be the matching of 2?
7.
2 will be matched with 7. Okay, in the same way it will be matched with
9.
9. Okay, and it will be matched with 11.
11.
Okay, so that means this is called the function. This is the definition of function, that you are just giving some number as an input and you are receiving output. Okay, so how we can express this relationship? We can express this relationship as function of x. Function of x means function of an input number. Function of an input number will give you output. Okay, and output is what? Output will be 2x plus 3. This will be output. Okay, so this is simply called the functions. So this is the way in mathematics to express the definition of the function. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here input variable x is called independent variable. Okay, it is called independent variable. And here this is f of x, or simply it is y. We will also represent it y. Okay, this is called the dependent variable. Okay, so till now, if you have any doubt, then ask. Otherwise, I will catch up some other concepts. Any doubt till now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now let me tell you what is the domain of the function. What is the domain of the function? So what is the domain of the function? Let me tell you first. Let me take first function f of x is equal to 1 upon x minus 2. Can you tell me what will be the value of f of 0?
1 over minus half.
Yeah, so 1 over, so it will be minus half. What is the value of f of 1?
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Can you tell me what is the value of f of 2?
It's undetermined.
So what is the value of f of 2?
It's not possible.
Yeah,
0.
it will not be defined because in the denominator 0 is not allowed. Okay, so it will be something like that. So it is not defined. Okay, that means the domain of this function will be all real number except this x equal to 2, because at x equal to 2 this function is not defined. Okay, so what is the meaning of domain? Domain means the set of values of the set of value or values which independent variable can take. Independent variable can take. Okay, independent variable can take. So that means domain of this function will be, domain belongs to all real number except x equal to 2. Okay, so this will be the domain of the function. R means all real numbers, and minus curly bracket 2 means except 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I am giving you a function f of x is equal to square root of x minus 3. Can you tell me the domain of this function? Can you try that? Let me just give you a hint. It's in the square root, negative number is not allowed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me the domain of this function?
Any value more than 3?
Yes. Any value more than 3 or equal to 3 is allowed or not?
Is not allowed.
So x, you are saying that x is more than 3. This is the domain.
Sorry. Is allowed.
Yeah, because x is inside the 0 is allowed. So x is greater than equal to 3. Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me take a quadratic function. If you are comfortable here. So what will be the domain of this function? Let me take you. It will be minus x square plus 5x minus 6. Can you tell me the domain of this function? If you want, then I can give you a hint. Just factorize what is inside this square root. Okay, so just factorize it. Or if you are not, if you don't want to factorize, then solve the inequality. Like x minus x square plus 5x minus 6. is greater than or equal to 0. Just solve this inequality. You will get the solution set for this domain. Okay. So can you solve this inequality? If you cannot solve, so at least factorize this on the left side part. Okay. Let me just factorize it. So it is provided minus x square plus 5x minus 6 is greater than 0. So the one rule is that I will just multiply with minus sign of both sides of inequality. Okay. So if I will just multiply with a negative number, sign of inequality will be changed. That means x square minus 5x plus 6 will be less than equal to 0. Okay. It will be less than equal to 0. Greater than 0 will be converted to the less than equal to 0. Okay.
Yeah.
What I did here, I have just multiplied with the minus sign on both sides of this inequality 1. Okay, so minus x square will become plus x square, and plus 5x minus 5x, and minus 6 plus 6, and greater than 0 will be converted to the less than equal to 0. Okay. Okay, now our purpose is to find the solution set for this inequality. X square minus 5x plus 6 is less than equal to 0. That means now I can factorize it. X square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 is less than equal to 0. I will take common from these two brackets. So x times x minus 2 minus 3x minus 2 is less than equal to 0. That means x minus 2 and x minus 3 will be less than equal to 0. Now this is method, it's called the wavy curve method. Okay, so that means a wavy curve method to find the solution set for this inequality. Okay, so just put the critical point on this inequality. You will get 2 and 3. These are the two critical points. Okay, and start putting alternating plus and minus. So plus, minus, plus. What is our requirement? Our requirement is less than equal to 0 or greater than equal to 0. Less than equal to 0, less than equal to 0. That means we have to select minus region or plus region. Negative region, because this is less than equal to 0. So our solution set will be from 2 to 3. Okay, since here equality is included, that's why I am taking this 2 and 3 with a dot. Okay, not with a whole. So x belongs to 2 to 3. This big bracket means 2 and 3 both are included. Okay, so that means domain of this function will be domain of this function will be domain that is D belongs to 2 to 3. Okay, you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is simply called the domain of the function. Okay, now what is called the range of the function? Let me discuss the range of the function. Range of the function. The set of value which dependent variable can take is called range of the function. Range of the function. Okay, let me just give you example. For example, f of x is equal to x square. Okay, can you tell me the range of this function? That means what is the minimum value and what is the maximum value that this function can take? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that means, can you tell me x square will be negative, will never be negative? X square can ever be negative?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's suppose I am just putting x equal to, so can you tell me what is the value of f of -2 here?
4.
4. Can you tell me what is the value of f of 2 here?
4.
4. For any value of x, can you take the x square as negative? What is the value of f of 0?
0.
0. Correct. Good. So can f of x can ever be negative for any value of x? I think it's not, because it is a square function and the square function can never take the negative value. Okay, that means this f of x can never go beyond the 0. This f of x can never go beyond the 0. So that means the minimum value of this function will be 0. Beyond 0, this fx will never go. Okay, for any value of x, no matter what is the value of x, it will never go beyond 0, since it is a square function and a square function can never take the negative values. Okay, so that means the minimum value is what? Minimum value is 0. Good. Minimum value is 0. Minimum value is 0. Okay, and maximum value can be anything. Let's suppose you are just giving input as very large number, so you will get the square of that large number. That means you will also get the output as a very large number. Okay, so that is maximum value can be infinity. So maximum value can be anything. Maximum value can be anything. Let me just tell you what will be the graph of this function. So the graph of this function will be something like that. No matter if you are not getting the graph of this function till for this time, you will get all the details of the graph, how you can plot the graph and how you can do the analysis with graph. You will learn all that. But for now, just let me tell you what is the graph of this function. So y equal to x square, the graph of this function will be something like that. Okay, that means its minimum value is 0 and its maximum value is going towards infinity. Okay, okay, so this is called the range of the function. Okay, okay, now I am just drawing a graph of a function. Can you tell me the range of that function? Let me just draw a graph. So this is, let's suppose, +1, and this is, let's suppose, -1, and graph of this function will be something like that. Okay, graph of the function will be something like that. Okay, so this is the line of +1 and this is the line of -1. So this is y equal to fx, y-axis. That means the value which function is taking, and this is the independent axis, that is x-axis. So can you see the value of y is bounded or it is going up till infinity or -infinity? So what is the minimum value that this function is taking?
-1.
-1. And what is the maximum value that this function is taking?
+1.
+1. So what is the range of this function?
-1. Less
Yes,
than +1, more than -1.
I think you are saying correct. -1 to +1 is correct. Okay. So range of this function is, so R, that is range, belongs to -1 to 1. So -1 and 1 both included or not?
Yes.
Yes, both included. So this means we will just do this big bracket. Big bracket means -1 and 1 both included. Okay, both included. So this is called the range of the function. Okay, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is simply called the domain and range. Basically, this is called the sin x function. Okay, this is basically called the y equal to sin x. So sin x and cos x, range of sin x and cos x are -1 to 1. It is bounded always. Okay. 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 So this is all about the domain and range of the function. Let me just give you one example, and you can tell me the domain and range of this function. Fx equal to x minus 3 whole square plus 5. Okay. You have to tell me the domain and range of this function. What is the domain and range? So first we have to calculate first domain. What is domain?
So
So,
the domain.
so what will be the domain? That means the value of x that this function can take. Okay. So I think the value of function can, this function can take any value, because there is no something like square root and there is no term in the denominator. So either there is no chance in the denominator to be happen to be 0, or there is no square root here to be happen to be minus inside the square root. So that means x can take any value. So that means domain will be all real number, isn't it?
Yeah.
So domain belongs to all real number. All real number means R. Now challenge is to find the range. How we will find the range?
What do you mean minus more than -5?
Sorry, this is plus 5, not minus 5. This is plus 5.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, more than
More
plus
than
5. More than plus 5, or it can take 5 also. More than plus 5, or more than or equal to plus 5. Okay. So
more
range,
than
yes,
yeah,
yes.
more than
So more than or equal to plus 5, that means from 5 till infinity. This is in the set notation, we will write like this. So from 5 till infinity. So 5 is the minimum value, isn't it?
yeah.
So the f of x minimum value will be 5 at x equal to what? The minimum value is 5. At which value of x it is taking the minimum value?
0.
No, at 0 it will not be 5. To tell me f of 0 will be, what will be the f of 0 then?
No, 3 at 3 it will be.
Yes, 3 at x equal to 3. This function is taking the minimum value at x equal to 3. Okay. And what is the minimum value? That is 5. Okay. Okay. So this is simply called the domain and range. I think you got the idea, domain and range. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me domain and also range. What will be the domain and range of this function?
Um,
I think domain can be any number.
yeah.
Okay. Why any number? Because there is no chance for happening inside the square root to be negative, because it is already square and it is plus 9. Okay. So that means,
Yeah. Sorry.
okay, no problem. So that means domain is all real number. All real number. Can you tell me the range now?
So the range is
What is the range of this function? So can you tell me what is the minimum value of this function? I think you can tell me. Just tell me the minimum value of, okay, forget the square root. Just tell me the minimum value of this expression only.
It will be +9.
Plus 9. And just put the square root of plus 9. So what is this?
3.
3. That means minimum value is 3. So from 3 till infinity. Okay. So minimum value of y will be 3. At x equal to what? At x equal to what? X equal to, when this is inside the bracket, will become 0. That means 2x minus 3 will become 0.
3/2.
So that means x will be what? If 2x minus 3 is 0, then x is what?
3/2.
3 over 2. That is 1.5. So at x equal to 1.5, this function will take its minimum value. And the minimum value of this function is 3. Okay, so from 3 to infinity. So this is the range of this function. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is all about the domain and range of the function. If you have any doubt, then please ask. I will explain that. Or if you have any other question, then you can also ask. I will explain to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me if you have any doubt.
You know when you were finding the domain through the inequalities,
Yes.
how come you only looked at where it was negative?
Okay, you have to solve the inequality overall. Overall, you have to solve the inequality. Okay, let me just give you one more example. So f of x is equal to square root of, let's suppose, x square minus 4 to 6x plus 8. We have to find the domain of this function. That means if we want to find the domain of this function, that means what will be the inside the square root? That must be positive or 0, but not less than 0. That means x square minus 6x plus 8 will be greater than or equal to 0. So if you will solve this solution set, you will get the domain, because in the square root there can never be negative numbers. Okay, that means what is in the square root, that must be either 0 or positive. So in this way we will calculate the domain. Okay, for example, so how we will solve this inequality? I just told you wavy curve method. Just factorize it. Can you factorize this on the left side?
It
Can you
would be x. Yeah,
yeah,
x minus 4x plus 4, x plus 2.
correct.
X minus 4, x minus 2.
Correct. X minus 2 and x minus 4 is greater than equal to 0. So that means it is greater than equal to 0. So what are the critical points? Critical point is x equal to 2 and x equal to 4. So 2 and 4. Critical point are those points where this individual brackets will be 0. Okay.
Right.
So individual brackets will be 0 at x equal to 2 and at x equal to 4. Now just put the alternate plus and minus starting from the rightmost side. That is plus, minus and plus. Okay. Now what is our requirement? Greater than 0 or less than 0?
Right. Greater than 0.
No, this is our requirement. You can see here. Greater than equal to 0.
Yeah, greater than.
That means we will select the plus region. That means we will select this region from here to here and from here to here. That means this time domain will be, that means x belongs to minus infinity till 2, and 2 is included here. Okay, union 4 till infinity. So this is the domain. So that means I have just solved the inequality to determine the range of the to determine the set of values of x